Hello and welcome to Lent with St. Edith Stein. This podcast is brought to you by St. Edith Stein Co., so be sure to check out our store at stedithsteinco.com. This is Rebecca, and I'm leading you through a series of short reflections based on the writings of St. Edith Stein. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're about a week and a half into Lent, and so our Lenten plans have met up with reality. It's still early on, but some of us are probably already struggling to keep up with our goals. So maybe you're stuck on day 9 of the Bible in a Year podcast when you vowed to get caught up by Easter. Or maybe you're already a week behind on Hollow's Pray 40 challenge. Sometimes we take on too much and need a reality check. So don't give up. Let's just get real. With that in mind, St Therese will be taking over our reflection today. And my St Therese coffee mug has a great quote from her. "Miss no single opportunity of making some small sacrifice, here by a smiling look, there by a kindly word, always doing the smallest right and doing it all for love." If you're feeling overwhelmed by your Lenten goals, remember that the little way is always an option. Perhaps you made a goal to say the rosary every morning, and that isn't panning out. Can you do a 5-minute morning offering instead? Or a 3-minute morning offering? Or if you plan to read a Scott Hahn book every week, maybe you can just read the daily Mass readings on your lunch break each day. Or just read one psalm and really reflect on it. Another thing you can do is buy a rosary CD and put it in the car so that it automatically starts up when you get in. So even if your drive to work is only 5 minutes each way, that's 5 minutes of prayer. So you can offer up that commute no matter how long or short it is. And if you're struggling to do a family rosary every day, try doing a weekly family rosary instead, maybe on Sunday night to get the week started off right. The point is, don't worry about changing everything about your life all at once. Just surrender yourself a little bit at a time, even if it's just 1 minute at a time. St. Therese also said, "In times of aridity, when I am incapable of praying, of practicing virtue, I seek little opportunities, mere trifles, to give pleasure to Jesus. For instance, a smile, a pleasant word, when inclined to be silent and to show weariness. If I find no opportunities, I at least tell him again and again that I love him. That is not difficult, and it keeps alive the fire in my heart. Even though this fire of love might seem extinct, I would still throw little straws upon the embers, and I am certain it would rekindle." Make your Lent a series of little straws you're throwing on the embers of your faith and your love. Just one by one, they keep the fire burning. Even just taking a moment to stop and earnestly tell Jesus that you love him, that stokes the fires. So if your big plans aren't working, give the little way a chance instead. And one more note, it can be difficult to find solace and strength in these little things when there are such big things happening in the world around us. After 2 years of pandemic, we are now watching war erupt in Ukraine, and the threat of worldwide conflict continues to grow. But even with all these things happening, it's important to remember that your prayers are important, and your spiritual well-being is important. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at St. Edith Stein Co., and I hope that you'll continue to tune in as we reflect on the writings of St. Edith Stein throughout this Lenten season. May God bless you, and may the saints be with you.